Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo here and welcome back to my channel Apollo Extra. Today I'm back with a new short story. The name of the short story is What If Naruto Was Neglected and Was Reincarnation of Hades. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Kage Black for suggesting me this idea. Now before continuing this, there is a little announcement regarding this channel. I am going to be now, consistent on this channel, or at least try to do my best. So yeah, stay tuned for more movies coming your way, or stories as well. Yeah, I will try to make movies because I have read many of your comments. You are requesting me to make 1 hour long movies on this channel as well. It is quite hard since I usually do both channels work at the same time, but I will make a schedule for my time adjustment and all, but it will take some time. Until then, I hope you enjoy these stories, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe and follow me on my both channels, Apollo Uchiha Fictions and this one as well. Now enough about this. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Roll the intro. The story begins 8 years after the QB attack in Konoha's hospital room. As we go towards a set room in which only an old man was seated in front of a bed on which an 8-year-old boy was laying, and his whole body was covered with plasters and bandages. And he just sighed and felt sorrow while looking at the situation and condition the young man was in. Because some foolish villagers, being drunk again, has beaten him again. This has happened not for the first time, but for the third time as well, and continuously for the past 3 years. He has been beaten to the inch of his life, and he was now getting scared that this might happen in the next year as well. So he decided to make the right call as he got up and was about to leave until Ananbu appeared. Kakashi, keep an eye over him. I'll be going and sending them a letter. But do you think that they will listen? You have tried to do so for the past 2 years as well, but they didn't even bother to come and check up on him. I have to try. I have to try for my part, because I don't want any of them to say that I did not try, at the very least, if it comes to that. All of us know that you didn't. You did try your best, but to them it is different. I have to do this. I have to make them aware that what they are doing to their son is causing them harm. Him harm. Their family harm. Can't they see that? All I care to know is that they care more than anything about their reputation and the child of prophecy and nothing else. What do you mean, JD? Said a voice. As Hiruzen and the said Anbu's eyes widened. And they knew only one thing. They shouldn't have talked here. But they let their emotions run wild and have said these words that they shouldn't have said in front of him. At least not now. And now they needed to tell the kid of what they were talking about. It's nothing, Naruto. I know about something. You were talking about my parents. Please tell me, said Naruto, as he tried to get up, but he was deeply in pain as with a hissing sound he went down. Calm down, my boy. You're hurt. I won't. I need to know. Please. Fine. It all began when you were born. As now we go into a flashback. As we see a blonde-haired man named Minato Namikaze and a red-haired woman, Kushina Uzumaki. Right after the QB attack, they were told by Jiraiya, who alongside Tsunade has arrived there to help them out with the all mess that was going on there, that the child of prophecy was either Menma or Naruto. But then Jiraiya came to a conclusion since Menma had all the chakra that he was the child of prophecy, not Naruto. And they had to make a decision to leave one of them behind to make sure that the village will satisfy with one of the Jinchuriki being there, or at least the council will, because they won't allow, certainly for both of the Jinchurikis, to leave the village. So Naruto had to take the fall. And Minato and Kushina tried their best to at least argue with him, but he told them that this was the only thing they could do. And in the end, they agreed as well, in a heartbeat. And when Hiruzen tried his best to convince them, they just didn't waver, and handed him the Naruto and left. And end of the flashback. As we see now Naruto crying. Gigi, am I really a monster? Does nobody want me? No, my boy. It's not that. You have me. You have you have Kakashi here. You have us. And don't forget about your friends. What friends? They're not even my friends. Sasuke was the one who guided me into that alleyway. And he left after getting paid. Shikamaru and Choji even saw me and they didn't do anything. They just turned a blind eye. I begged and screamed for help. Nobody listened, Gigi. Nobody did. They're not my friends. Nobody is. And even my own family? At least if even I can consider them that, they don't even want me. Why am I here then? Why? Naruto, Shut up, Gigi. I don't want to listen to any of this anymore. Leave me alone. Old man, I just want to rest. At peace, finally. As both Hiruzen and Kakashi decided that it was for the best cause right now that Naruto need to be left alone. But Kakashi tried his best to persuade Hiruzen, but Hiruzen thought the better. We have to go and contact them. This is the only way. It has taken a huge toll on his mental health. Not only was he betrayed by his own, classmates who he thought as friends, but also, he came to a realization about his family. Because of us, said Kakashi. Yes, because of us, Kakashi. And now we have to make things right. How so? By trying at least. That is the least we can do for the kid. And after that, we see both of them talking to each other. And they finally came to a conclusion to send a letter. And that is when they heard a huge explosion. And the whole hospital building was lit up on fire and flames. And they arrived there to see that most of the doctors have evacuated the building alongside the patients. But one person didn't escape. Naruto. Who did this? We don't know, Hokage-sama. No, none of us know. It must have been a fault in the wiring or some sort. I don't know how this happened, but only one patient is dead there. Good riddance, said an old man. What do you mean, old man? I said good riddance. That demon finally died. As suddenly, a huge orange fox began to manifest there, and Hiruzen's fears became true. Oh no. As the fox then looked down at them, and a huge laughter was heard. And next thing they saw was nothing more than a blinding light. And 1 week later, we see Jiraiya received news from one of his, spies. And what he heard shocked him to the core so much that he was now running all the way back to their hideout. Minato, we need to go now. You as well, Kushina, Menma. What do you mean? The village. The QB got released. It wiped out the whole village. What? Oh no. As they began to dash and arrive back to Konoha, it took them 1 month to arrive there. And when they did, thinking that it was just a prank or some sort of nightmare, they were shocked to see nothing more than dust. Not even the Hokage monument remained. Nothing remained. But there was a throne that was made there. A stone throne on which we see a figure that was seated. As its eyes were closed, as they all began to dash there, as after arriving they paused and saw that who it was. It was a figure with blonde hair and pale skin and blue eyes, looking at them as if it was staring in their souls. Ah, so you finally arrived, you incompetent family. As the said person then began to levitate out of his throne, and out of nowhere, a huge fox appeared with golden eyes. Meet my pet Kurama, the Nine-Tails, that has been blessed with not chakra but Maiker, and he is now a divine beast. Who are you? Weird how you don't even recognize me. Funny when even a blind person can tell who I was, even if they didn't want it to admit though. Naruto? Said Kushina. Yes, Naruto. Or was, actually. I'm Hades. Who? Hades. I'm god of the underworld. Where all of your souls will be sent for me to torture. What is What do you mean, Naruto? What is going on? What happened to the village? Well, they wanted their precious demon, so I freed him. And it finished its job. Like they said that they are gonna do while finishing me up. To finish your job. As Minato's eyes widened, you destroyed your own home? Said Jiraiya. This cesspool was never my home. If anything, it was just a prison that you placed on me. That old man bickered about everything, and I heard everything. And then and there I decided that it was no longer time for me to hide my true identity. What do you mean? You know, for the first time, I thought that I had a shot at normal family, away from those abusive siblings, away from those abusive parents. Finally shot at normal life. I didn't even care in the beginning. I sealed off my memories to enjoy a life. But all went to hell, because as soon as I turned off my memories and sealed away my powers, tragedy after tragedy struck. This body has taken so much damage that you might not have taken in your whole shinobi career, Minato no Mikaze. And yet I still survived, because of my divine powers. And finally, when I had enough, my mental health has taken a huge toll. When my other half finally gave up on living, I merged again and took over. Give me my son back. Your son back. I'm not giving you anything. Naruto is a part of my identity. A part that you should not have tormented. You should not have abandoned. And now, I will bring hell upon all of you. So much for prophecy. As Minato's blood began to come out of his pores in front of all of them, his Menma and Kushina, as well as Jiraiya, were shocked, as spears were formed to stab in Jiraiya and Kushina's body. And Menma tried to use his powers, but he was instantly killed by a mere glance, because an invisible force cut it off his head. And that is when a camouflage disappeared to reveal huge golems and demons that were under control him. And now is time to kill all of them. And now we see, after 1 year, the whole elemental nation was captured, destroyed. Wherever shinobis tried to hide, there was always a demon there to find him. But there was something off about these demons. These demons helped those who were being beaten or defeated, or being captured, or slaves, and only tortured those who ignored them, didn't help them, or outright used them the worst. As now, after completing his mission, we see Kamiyami and Shinigami appear in front of him. What have you done, Hades? We gave you space here. These people didn't deserve any of your attention, and not like you did give any of them. And these people have been thinking that they were gods. Now I need to show them what happens when they mess with one. We should send you back. Of course, too. I'm done with this world either way. So now we see Hades finally appear back to his homeland with new knowledge. And the first thing he did was transform and change his look back to Naruto, an older one. And that is when Persephone, his wife, arrived. Where have you been, Hades? You don't need to know, woman. And you know what? I divorce you. I do not need someone like you in my life. What? Why? I said get out of here, woman! As with that, Persephone left with a broken heart. And after that, Hades was called by the Council of the Gods, where he was presented in front of his younger brother. What is wrong with you, Hades? Why would you break Persephone's heart and divorce her? Said Hera. Shut up, woman. I do not need to listen to any one of you. It is my life. I live how I want. You have to abide by our laws, or I will send you where I sent the crooked one. Try your best, Zeus. Try your best. As Zeus used his lightning bolt, but to everyone's surprise, Hades captured it and broke it, destroying his mighty weapon. Ah, is the poor lightning bolt baby going to cry now? Your weapon is destroyed. And henceforth, he used his helm to send hell upon Zeus, and in an instant, blast him to tatters and kill him until he faded away. You know what this means, Hades? This means war, said Apollo. And let's just say all hell broke loose there as well. as Hades single-handedly destroyed all the Pantheon, hunting them down one by one and killing them, until he stopped where Persephone was, trying to hide behind the body of her fallen mother. Disgusting. With that, Hades returned back to his domain, where he now watched over all the tortured souls of the elemental nation, the Kages, everyone. And amongst them, we see the Hokage. Minato no Mikaze was with them. You see, Naruto or Hades brought them with him to torture. And this is what he was going to do. He needed anybody with him. And as for what he did to Persephone, she did betray him. If she did it once, she could have done it twice. Call him paranoid for all he cares, because he was the god of death. And he will make sure that death comes for all, whether they like it or not. And they will bear with their consequences, like his siblings have, and his nephew and nieces. He was not to be messed with. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!